This is Cobalt Z and welcome back. This is episode 4, my favorite ships and Pirates of the Burning Sea. We begin here with a ship that was once a great favorite of mine, and it has been nerfed all to hell, honestly. This is the... Oops, I'm showing you the wrong thing. This is the Athena frigate, level 28. It's a large ship, 1800 hull, etc. That's all very strong compared to the last thing we looked at, which was the Stralsund, which I realized I've been pronouncing Cerberus and Stralsund wrong forever, so I apologize for that. If you compare the Athena to the Stralsund, you recall, had 29-pound guns on the main deck and 8 6-pounders. This has 14 8-pounders and 8 12-pounders. My recollection is it used to have 14 and 14. It was the first of the real, I've said this before, but it was the first of the true double-decker ships. And I think what I said before, you notice there's only 4 gun ports on that lower deck, which is underwater actually right now. I think the issue was when they went through and did their pass to make the gun count reflect what you saw on the ship. I think they took like 3 guns off that lower deck. So honestly, at this point, I did a quick calculation. The Stralsund frigate throws, this is total, this is not broadside. This is all 29-pounders and all 8 6-pounders. This is how I said before I calculate how much poundage a thing throws to determine what ship is better. The Stralsund total has a weight of 228 pounds cannonballs. That doesn't count the swivels, and it doesn't count fore and aft. Alright? This thing, the Athena, now throws 208, so 20 pounds less than the Stralsund, where this I am sure used to be 7 and 7 for 14 guns aside, and 7 of those were 12s. So it's a much weaker ship than it used to be, which is really disappointing. As soon as I kill this, we'll talk about how it looks a little bit, but because originally the Athena was kind of like, you know, a smaller version of an Indiaman. I want to take a look. This doesn't have to, you don't have to be a free trader for this, I don't think. I can't think and look for ships at the... No, this is just open, so you can be free trader, you can be whatever. But they have just nerfed it all to hell. It has 4 guns and it has aft guns, yay, but really, I mean, your main gun deck is only 4 guns aside. How much damage can you do with that? Not much. As you can see, I'm fighting a Cerberus Heavy, which is one of the obsolete ships, so it's a bit stronger than me, and I'm probably going to sink. And honestly, the way they nerfed the shitting Athena, I don't hardly care if I sink and lose this ship. It's pretty, it's very, very pretty. But 4 main guns, a broadside, is just not enough. I don't know why they did this at all. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to even suppose, because I will suppose incorrectly, and I'm going to just sail out of this, because this doesn't look good for us. What's the best sailing point? 135. Okay, somewhere in there. Let's fly. Okay, well now let's just talk about how it looks. It's very pretty. You can see it sort of looks like an Indiaman. It's got, it's dark on the back, but nice back decoration here. Is that like a skull? I think that is a skull. And 2 owls, whatever that means. Nice big lamp. Nice separation of decks. Where's all my crew? I see like 10 people working here. What's that about? This thing has 160 crew and I see like 12 of them. Oh, I suppose some of them are locked away doing the main. I don't know. There's just some issues. Look at these bottom guns. The gun ports are closed. I'm not in a very happy mood. You can probably tell that because I'm just bitching and moaning about everything. Oh, that's a nice. That is probably Athena on the as the figurehead. Athena was another probably Greek or Roman goddess. I'm not totally up on my mythology, but yeah, there's some people there, but there's not that many. This is my level 30, dude. But look, where's my 160 crew? There's nobody sawing up here or anything. Oh, can I get in here? Oh, that's nice. I like that. Except it's kind of crooked. Look, there's literally like 8 people on here. That's annoying. Okay, I'm sailing away. So anyway, the Athena frigate, which used to be one of my favorites, but it's been nerfed down so much that you're frankly better in the Stralsund. What level was the Stralsund? 25, I think? Yeah, it was a 25. It throws more weight around. This has a stronger hull and etc. Does it have carrying capacity? Not really. No. Some of the decisions that have been made in recent years on this game I do not understand. I do not understand why those gun ports are closed either. I mean, in the real ship battles like this, sometimes if the weather was bad, they might have to close a lower level of gun ports just to keep the water from coming in, but I see no reason for this. It's a pretty ship, but it's just not that fun anymore, honestly. Not as fun as it once was. Here we have the lovely Capricieux frigate. Show you the details here. This is 22 12-pounders a side, and it has 12 8-pounders on kind of, there's a split second deck, some here and some, I realize you can't see my cursor, but some aft here, and then there's a few forward. It's got nice hull strength. DRs are 6 and downward. This is a level 35 ship, and this is a huge ship. I feel like the Athena, which is the last thing we looked at. Let me just compare, actually. Yeah, the Athena was only a large. Here you can see the difference. It started with DRs of 6 also, but we have a stronger hull here somewhat. And again, it is a level 35 ship. So instead of the 8 12-pounders and the 14 8-pounders the Athena had, here we have 22 12-pounders and 12 8-pounders. So it's close. Yep, I know. It's close to, you know, I talk about the double-decker a lot, but it's kind of close to that. I say all these ships are pretty, but this is a fantastic looking ship. Look at the decoration on the stern there. The decoration on the stern is astounding. I don't know what, there's like an MR. I don't know what that's for. It's got like dancing lions. I love the coloration. Of course, again, I set that up. We'll come about and we'll fire. There we go. Let's watch it. Let's pull out from a distance. Yeah, That's pretty cool. It's just, I mean, I have a little trouble because I always say this is a really great ship, but this is a really great ship. I mean, it's beautiful. I don't know. Oh, that guy just died there. I gotta pay attention. I don't know what this little... There's like a little coffee table or something on the stern thing, on the quarterdeck. That makes no sense. There's these two little ones in the corners at the back. Those are probably lockers of some kind for, like, I don't know. I gotta slow down. I'm too fast for them. There you get a really nice look at the kind of two decks, the kind of 1.5 decks. Yeah, that's a nice looking ship. I want to look at the figurehead. The figurehead is a little confusing to me. And as usual, I can't get it here. You can almost see it. It's like, I don't know, it was a very, very... We'll look at it, if I remember, after we sink this thing. Oh, which we've done. I'm going to sail up, and I'm going to do my, whatever it's called, my claim prize. It's just the stern of the ship is just gorgeous. Look here, even, I mean, if there's a little odd thing in that the openings of the cannons look like diamond shaped almost, which is odd. Okay, I'm gonna slow down. We're gonna claim this as a prize. Come on, hello. Oh, I have to be within 100 yards. That's annoying. I'm practically running into the ship. Borderless has had some issues. This game has had some issues recently. I don't think the Antigua server was down, but the other server was down for a while again. I don't know what's going on. Frankly, I don't think Portalus is quite up to the job, but I'm glad that the game is still alive, even to this extent. Nice little escape boat. I always forget what those are called there. Now, what is this? Look how blocky the figurehead is. I don't understand that. Oh, wait, I can't. It's like someone searching the horizon, I guess. Nice anchors, nice, just very, very nice ship. It's the Capricieux, it's a level 35. Yeah, this is when you... There's a thing in this game which I maybe spoken to and I maybe haven't. But you get... if it, you know, because most people, I've said before, the game is in an end game state, and most people are level 50 or thereabouts. And there's a thing where the way the game is set up, you get the most XP by killing things 15 levels higher than you. Not your character, but the ship you're in. So level 35 ships have always been popular for that reason. Because, you know, you go out and you kill a level 50 or a 4 or whatever, and you get the most XP. I don't know. Once you reach level 50, XP doesn't really matter anymore, so I don't know why that would be an issue, but this is just, I like this ship a lot. This is a really nice ship. There you go, Capricieux, level 35. All right, now we have the Myrmidon frigate. I know I talked about Mastercraft, talking about the Capricieux, the Mastercraft Myrmidon, I believe was very popular because, again, for the reason of being, wow, it's a bad sentence, because it's a level 35, and the Mastercraft, which they've done away with most Mastercrafts, was just pretty powerful. So you can see up here 26 12s and 4 8s. I haven't actually calculated. I have a suspicion the Capricieux actually throws more weight than this does. But I'll leave that to you to calculate if you would like to. DR is 8, I think. Yeah, I have a hull modification, so the DR might be not quite accurate. 2100 hull, I think that's fairly strong. 165 crew, etc. This is a really sleek, I mean, the difference between some ships, hold on, my volume's too loud again. You know, one of the distinct differences between this and the Capricieux is this is a frigate. Frigates tended to be one deck. They were kind of low. You know, they were like scout ships, and you know they did like courier type missions or whatnot. They weren't. They were fighting ships, obviously, but they weren't at all like line ships. Where the Capricieux, at kind of almost a double decker, is closer to. It's still technically a frigate, I think, but it's closer to a stronger ship. Probably is a stronger ship. I would like to see, I don't know if this is possible, but 2 players of equal ability, one in a Myrmidon and one in a Capricieux, fight it out and see who would win. This does have 2 aft guns, which, I don't know, they're buried underwater right now, which is not a good sign. So like Captain, we're drawing water in the aft hull. Yeah. See, I mean, this it definitely is lower to the ground. Shit, I keep saying ground. To the water, as you can tell. But where are the aft guns? I don't even see the aft guns. Oh, there they are. They're right. Just kind of... Actually, I'm not positive I do see them. Let's fire them, and then I'll be able to see them. Okay, hold on. Let me give them a blast. I'm only fighting level 25s here, and sometimes I forget that I'm fighting at all. Let me just come about here, and let's fire these aft guns. I think they're right on where that gold line is there, but I'm not positive. Yeah, there they are. They're definitely there. Come on, where are they? Okay, see, but they're definitely underwater about half the time. See there? See, that one just fired. I mean, look at this. This ship would be sinking because the water would be pouring in those aft gun ports like crazy. Sometimes this is a tactic I use, actually. When I especially, you know, I'm mostly in PvE, but if my one side of my armor is shot to hell, I'll often just try to swing around and fire from the side where the armor is strong. That one's pretty close to gone. We're not at a good angle into the wind here. And I'm taking fire from both of these ships, but one more round, I think, should sink the Agamemnon. These little 2 guns here, these little 2 8-pounders, hardly worth firing, honestly, except as part of a broadside. Because, you know, 16 pounds of cannonballs go through there, she's not going to do that much. Okay, now we're blocked. There we go. 2 guns away. Let's see. I haven't looked at the details of this one much. It's got a big, basically quarter deck. That's kind of nice. I suppose the captain's... Where's the captain's cabin? Does he have a cabin? You know, it almost doesn't... Looks like he doesn't have a cabin. It looks as... The design back here is like a cabin. I mean, there's windows and stuff, but the windows... Hold on. The windows go to nothing. Or is that just... Hold on. It's pretty close. At least up to this line, this gold line under the decoration is just nothing. And there can't be much of a cabin because there's gun deck. See, this is just a strange look. There's guns all the way back. See this aft gun? It's underwater now. This aft gun right in here. And the deck doesn't hardly go any further. Maybe, and it just annoys me that this half of these gun decks are underwater half of the time. I mean, it's just either not modeled well, or the seas are really high. Oh, and I'm gonna see another. I always hit rebuild rig. That's not what I want. I have to pay attention. Yeah, I don't want to sink to 225, so that'd be embarrassing. Where is the other 25? Is it still out here? That's what happens when I get caught up in just talking about things and not paying attention. I do have 3 durability, so if it does sink, no, we should be okay now. And I must have sunk the one. I didn't notice it even because I'm talking. I just don't get why these gun ports are underwater so much. Look, the front deck's almost underwater. Doesn't make sense at all. So something is not right there. No loot out of that. Would be low-level loot anyway. So anyway, this is the Myrmidon, which basically looks like it's taking on a lot of water because it's like, look at that. Look at that. The whole stern almost went under the water. That oughtn't to be. And these aren't especially big seas either. I mean, that's some interesting. Look at that. I'm gonna watch. Look at the rear half of the ship. All the gun ports are underwater on the starboard side. That's craziness. Now I stop sailing. Oh, there's still, even just from the swell. There we go. Now that's craziness. The ship would be sunk basically. Oh well, it's a nice ship. Personally, I like the Capricieux better. I think it looks better, although this doesn't look bad at all. It's very warlike looking. But that whole issue of the thing being half underwater all the time is sort of makes it odd for me. What about the figure? Wow, we got a nice full-breasted woman here. That is a nice change of pace. Oh, mother fudge. Let's just get out of here. I'm dead. That would be ultimate embarrassment. Actually, I'm going to stop this video before I die, so in case I die, I don't have to show you. Fire the aft cannon! I thought I didn't even see that anywhere. Now here it is. Come back to haunt me. So anyway, the Myrmidon frigate, which is pretty waterlogged at this point, apparently. I think this is 3 ships, so this will probably be the end of this episode. This is Cobalt Z. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will talk to you later.